Was better. I'm playing some Pokemon, Jeremy. Don't ask me why. I was fucking bored as shit in Texarkana. What's up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer podcast, going for it on fourth, episode 29. As always, my name is Eric. He hate me 702, and this is
Jeremy with a G.
And that in the background is Kansas. So just got back late last night from Texarkana. Who the fuck goes to Texarkana? I don't know. I'm going to Jackson, Mississippi in 2 weeks. Do you know I could not get a straight through flight from Jackson to Vegas?
Really?
I couldn't get a straight. I had no nonstop flights. I couldn't get a nonstop flight to Memphis, to Biloxi, to Little Rock. There was one to New Orleans, but I had to fly Spirit. Fuck you, not happening. So I could not. The lowest, the least amount of time that I have, the lowest duration was 5 hours and like 50 minutes. It's a 2 hour. It's like a 2.5 hour flight to Dallas, 250 to Dallas, an hour layover, and then an hour flight to Jackson. Yeah, so I'm flying out to Jackson, Mississippi for work. I'm missing all of Monday because I don't get there till 4:44 because it was at 12 o'clock was the earliest flight, or 9 o'clock. So 4:44, and then because they're 2 hours ahead of us, and then I leave at 12:30 because other than that, if I didn't leave at 12:30, I was getting home at 11 o'clock at night. I did that shit last night. Fuck that. No, my bad, y'all. I just had to get that out the fucking way. Fuck the airlines right now. Okay. We're about to get into the show. We're gonna talk about Tua. I got a grime to pick. I got something to talk about. I'm not a Dolphins fan. I am actively rooting against the Dolphins because of Tyreek Hill. Fuck that bitch. Okay. But at the same time, I do not want anybody to get hurt. And I know people are going to sit there and talk shit and say, oh, well, there's an independent doctor that cleared Tua. I don't need an independent doctor to tell me that motherfucker was throwing up gang signs. And he's not even a banger. So you know when you're throwing up gang signs and you don't gang bang, there is something extremely wrong with you. And at that moment in time, there was something extremely wrong with him. We are literally talking about Thursday, not this Thursday, last Thursday. We're talking about fucking 10 days after this. And he's fucking cleared? Come on. I don't know. Now, he's not going to start week 5, but he may, or week 6, but he may start week 7. If that man gets injured again, it's on y'all. It's on y'all head, Dolphins. That's all I'm going to say. It's on y'all head. You got anything to say before we hit this intro real quick? I got to make a new one of these.
No.
Mamas, I see you. All right, we'll be back in a second, guys. All right. We're back. So we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about is, you know what we got to get on going on. You know what we got to start with. Rent is due. And when I say rent is due, I mean I owe this motherfucking lunch. That's what I mean right now. I mean I owe Jeremy lunch. That's what I mean. Because I made a bet, like a dumbass, that they would not lead at one point in time in this game. And not only did they lead, they led damn near pretty much the whole fucking game. So I owe him lunch. We already know this. We'll pay up. I don't know what he wants for lunch, so we'll go with that. But what were your thoughts on the game, Jim?
Look, I there's not much I can be mad about the game. I know there's a lot of people mad about the going for 2. I don't necessarily disagree with the choice to go for 2.
You can't disagree with it. We're on a show called Going Forward on Fourth.
Well, they went for 2. It wasn't 4th down.
I don't give a fuck. No kickers on the field.
But I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with it because I mean, putting more pressure on Mahomes was the thinking behind it, and I like it. The only thing I can disagree with is what the fuck was our accountant doing?
Oh, you're talking about Hunter Renfrow.
Like, what the fuck? Like, where was the miscommunication in those two?
Did you
Like,
see
what the
Diggs's interview?
fuck? Huh?
Did you see Diggs's interview on it?
Uh-uh.
Diggs said to Von Miller that it looked like I already know what route they were running. They were
Yeah.
running the same route that he scored the 58-yard touchdown on or whatever in the very first quarter. So he was supposed to run a post, but they don't know if Devontae Adams was supposed to go outside first and then cut his post in, like fake the out and go for a post, or if Hunter was supposed to go outside and then go in because he would have been running going like an out. He's like, but they're 90% sure that those two just one of them messed up completely bad.
Yeah. And look, I mean, there's a lot of people mad we're 1-4, whatever. I don't care. But I saw a lot of
Do you want to answer that?
I don't know how it's not particularly smart.
So what he's saying is, basically, if they would went for one, Mahomes would have scored. He's saying the issue that they have is they let the pedal off the gas when they were ahead. So going for two wasn't. I think I misspoke there reading it back. Yeah. Okay. So let us know what you said, and we'll respond to that. But I think what I was thinking about. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't remember where I was at.
We were talking about the Hunter Renfro and the Devontae Adams miscommunication, and then I mean, was there anything? I mean, there was no turnovers. There was a couple bad plays, like the Devontae.
I mean, you can always critique the offensive line, always.
Okay.
No matter what team it is.
Oh yeah.
How the fuck does Kelsey get wide open?
Time makes Mahomes take it easier. Going ahead by one makes him go Mahomes mode and score without abandonment, guaranteed. Analytics are so some such. So basically, what he's saying is, if they would have went for a tie, then instead of going for the two, if they would have went for one, in his opinion, that Mahomes and Andy Reid would have not. They would have went to score, but they wouldn't have been he wouldn't have been in the Mahomes mode. The problem is when Mahomes is down in the fourth quarter, and I kind of get what he's saying, he gets in that Mahomes mode where it's just fucking ridiculous. So in this scenario, he thinks that by going for two, going ahead, they would have gone down and scored. If you guys would have gone for one, maybe you stop them on defense, tie them, but then you still have a chance. Or even if they just hold them to a field goal.
I mean, whatever. Had we just scored more points in any points in the fucking third quarter,
or the fourth,
all right.
Or the fourth.
We scored in the fourth.
Yeah, but
we didn't score anything in the third.
We had a 17-point fucking lead.
We didn't score no points in the third quarter.
You had
if we'd have scored any fucking points in the third quarter, it's a different story.
You had a 17-point lead.
Okay, against the best quarterback in the league.
You're preaching to the choir there, buddy. Come on. But what I'm saying is, I get that you guys scored 9 points in the fourth. You scored 0. But really, honestly, even if you score a touchdown, I see what you're saying. If you score 3 points in the third,
any fucking points,
you win. You win. You're up by 2. I get what you're saying.
Even if you only get a safety.
I agree with you. And I don't blame them for going for 2 either. So I'm going to be honest. Looking at the game, I was scared as shit. When you guys jumped out to that 17-point lead, I was like, holy fucking shit. This is not going to be fun. I bet Jeremy. See, this is a fucking problem. Every time I bet, we fucking lose. You know that was going through my motherfucking head. I was like, what the hell? And then we came back, and I was like, okay, it's 17-10 and a half. Okay, you know, I can, or was it 17-10? It was 20-10 and a half. I'm sorry, 20-10 and a half. I can get with that. But I even said we need an Arizona Cardinals second half. And if you score 20 points in the fourth quarter, first half, you got to score more, especially against Mahomes. Going for it on 2, I think that was a desperation move. I agree. Going for it on 2 is the smart thing in that decision because we play to win the game. But at the same time, I think this is a desperation move by Josh McDaniels or whoever the hell is calling your play calling, because you're like, oh shit, Mahomes going to get the ball back. He's going to go down and score. Let's see if we can go ahead. I'm not.
Wait, so it's a smart move, but it's a desperation move.
It is. It's a look.
Hey, a desperation move isn't a smart move.
Hold on. I never said 90% of the things that I come up with is a smart move. I think you should go for it on fourth every fucking time. I don't think there should ever be a kicker involved. I think everybody should have a 2-point conversion. You fucking know this. I hate kickers. So fuck extra points. Go for it every fucking time. Does that mean it's analytically smart? No. Does that mean it's the greatest decision in the world? No. But in this scenario, this is a desperation going for 2, in my opinion. The reason why is he kicks a field goal, he goes for tie, but he's already not believing in your guys' offense because you've only scored 9 points. At that point, you had only scored a couple points up until that point, right? When was that too? Hold on. Because it was 2010.
Would have been 9 points.
Yeah, 9 points. So you would have kicked the field goal, it would have been 10 points. So at that point in time, I just think that your offense was sputtering and he was trying to go for the win. I have no problem with it, but I still think it's a desperation move. You already know I do not think Josh McDaniels is a good head coach.
I mean,
so
you can't sit here and say it was a desperation move because he thought the offense was sputtering. If the offense was sputtering, why the fuck would you go for 2?
That's normally what people do. They try to get that win. They try to get that win thinking their defense can hold.
If your offense is not playing good, you don't go for 2.
You do go for 2 because you think your defense can hold them, and now you're up by 1. You need one defensive stop.
Offense, so let's trust them to go for 2.
You need 2 yards. I trust the offense to get 2 fucking yards, 5 yards over driving 98 yards down the field when they scored 9 fucking points in 2 quarters after scoring 20 points. So yes, I do trust the offense. I would trust my defense to get 1 fucking stop. And after that 1 stop, then I don't have to do shit because the game is basically fucking over. I don't have to go and win. And we see what happens when your offense has to go and win in the last fucking 5 weeks of the season. They run into fucking each other. They're their own worst fucking enemy. So we see what happens. They let fucking, I'm saying in this situation, I think this was a desperation go for 2. I'm not saying I would not have gone for it, but I go for 2 all the time. But I think this is a desperation go for 2. I don't think it was a smart one, but I still would have done it. I'm admitting my decisions are dumb sometimes. I agree
to disagree because I think your argument's retarded.
I'm okay with that. Let's get to these real quick. Hold on. Maybe if the Shepherds, okay, I didn't call roughing the passer when there's no passer. There was no weight coming down on Carr, and by that pissing off Arrowhead, momentum would have remained LVs. Okay, so we could talk about that. We could talk about that. You want to talk about that real quick? You want to touch on the roughing the passer call? That was a roughing the passer call. That really
you've seen it after that play. You've seen those refs were so fucking scared to call penalty on the Chiefs. So motherfucking scared. They went in at halftime and said, look, if we don't call as many fucking penalties as we can on the Raiders in the second half, we ain't getting the fuck out of here alive.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm telling you right now, they fucked up that call completely. That was a horrible roughing the passer call. I do agree with him. I agree that pissed off the Chiefs. That it was like, oh, and then we got some very favorable calls. Granted,
and what was it on Kelsey's 3rd or 4th touchdown? The holding of Max Crosby?
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. There's holding. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Referees suck. We talk about this all the time. They completely suck. It was an egregious call that was made. And do I think that referees overcompensate? Yes. Fuck yeah, I do. I think they do this shit all the fucking time. So I have no disagreement with that because there were some of these calls that I was looking at and I was like, please don't throw a flag. Kansas! Please don't throw a flag. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do think that changed the tide of the game. I think from that moment that lit a fire under the Chiefs. And it also allowed the refs to kind of help us out, which I'm not going to say they did. But that was one of the worst calls ever in the fucking history of histories.
No.
Brady's
roughing the passer was worse.
No, it was not because it was
that call was a lot worse than the fucking.
It wasn't a turnover. It wasn't a turnover.
But as far as roughing the passer,
okay.
Tom Brady call was the worst call.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. You're right there. I get what you're saying there. Take away the decision for 2. Why they held in, he put it in Jacob's hand. That's the tragedy. What do you think about that?
I'm 100%.
Okay. Jacobs was fucking tearing us apart,
I
too.
said it when it happened.
Holding and twisting Chris Jones wasn't called when he was on Carr later on. That, too. That Crosby hold is nullified by proxy. And at least Brady got fined for kicking the DT. He did get fined. That is true. Brady did get fined for kicking the DT. Only 11 grand, but still.
Well, he kicked somebody twice in that game, not just once.
Yeah. Well, it's Brady. You know what we do. You know what they do. Benchwarmer Braun had a perfect example about that. When they were talking about Brady. It's just funny. You got to watch it. I love Benchwarmer Braun shorts. He does the football. You've seen him, right? Who Benchwarmer Braun is? Oh, yeah. He does the YouTube shorts and the TikTok shorts where he plays multiple characters for the NFL. It's fucking hilarious. It is fucking like every time Mac Jones shows up and Tom Brady walks in, he goes, "Daddy!" And Brady's like, for instance, Brady walks in and Mac Jones goes, "Daddy!" And Brady goes, "I'm not your dad." He goes, "Your grandson got a victory." He goes, "I don't even know who the fuck that is." And it's Bailey Zappi. And Bailey goes, "Neglecting your family again, Tom." Dad, Tom goes, "Hey!" It's fucking hilarious. I think it was a good game. What do you think's going to happen going forward? I mean, you guys got a bye week. We have one of the hardest games that we could play ever with the Bills in Buffalo. So, I mean, what do you think? Just outlook. What are you thinking about for the rest of? What are you guys now? You're 1-4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? So what do you need to do? What's going to happen? Are you getting 500? Are you getting to 9-7 or 9-8? 9-8.
So the next 5 weeks are essentially games that should be won by the Raiders.
All right, let's go over them real quick. Who we got?
The only one I would maybe question is the Jaguars game.
Okay, so we got the Texans, the Saints, the Colts. The Jaguars, which you question, the Colts and the Broncos. Okay, and the Seahawks can score points. And but this is a problem. This is realistically, I could say those are all winnable games. All of them are.
Right.
Like almost your whole entire schedule is. I mean, the Chargers is going to be a tough game, but it's the Chargers.
The Chargers game is going to be. The Rams game should be a tough game.
Again, the Broncos game is going to be a tough game, even though they suck. It's still a rivalry game.
The Patriots game shouldn't be a tough game, but it's going to be.
Yeah. So we got the Jaguars, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Rams, the Raiders, the Niners, the Chiefs. So, but I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that should be easy. That would take you to 5-4, and then you just have to 6-4. Then you just have to split the rest of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but what Raider team is going to show up?
I'm not necessarily worried about the team.
This is coming from a Patriots fan.
Yeah. Look, your best chance is to put Zappi in the game.
Keep Zappi alive.
If you put Mac Jones in the game, it's over.
Okay, so hold on. This one says Texans are like prison sex, so get you from behind. I'll sneak you. I think Trinity got worried about that one. Oh, that might be the greatest quote ever. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My season is already over. Yeah, when the Jets are playing the way the Jets are playing. I mean, y'all got 3 teams in that division right now that are playing pretty damn good. I mean, the Dolphins are fucked. But okay, so anyway, back to your season. Realistically, you got some winnable games, you got some rough games coming up, but what Raiders team shows up?
Like I said, I'm not necessarily worried about the Raiders team. I'm worried about the play calling.
Okay, is Josh McDaniels your main play caller?
I'm worried about is Josh McDaniels giving Derek Carr the ability to change plays at the line of scrimmage? Or is he trying to take full control?
Well, this is the problem. And I told you this in the beginning. He's not a head coach.
But he was still the offensive coordinator for the Patriots, which called the plays for the Patriots.
When have you seen him?
So he was still a play caller, correct?
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. His play calling worked in New England.
Well, that's because Bill Belichick vetoed it. It's like Vince Russo with fucking Vince McMahon in WWE during the Attitude Period. It worked.
Right, and we don't have nobody in the Raiders that could veto his fucking
play call. And then he went to Then he went to WC. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. And that's why he blows shit up. You guys should not be 1-4. Like, I'm just saying, as of right now, after the bye week tells everything. If you come out and shit a dud against the Texans, you're fucked. You might as well just hone it in. I mean, there's very some chance you
At
make the
least we'll get
playoffs
a good
now.
draft pick next season.
That is true. Very true. So, I mean, with the Chiefs, of course, we got the Bills. I mean, I'm not going to bullshit. We're about to go through the fucking ringer real quick. So, I mean, we got the Bills, the Niners, the Titans, the Jaguars, which I'm not sure what Titans team is what Titans team because now they're 3-2. So I don't know if they're the beginning of the season Titans team. The Jaguars, we don't know what Jaguar team they're going to be, but let's be honest, Trevor Lawrence still scares me. Our offense has allowed our defense has, they're what we ranked 14th, but we've allowed some really weird games to some fucking shitty ass quarterbacks in our history. Chargers game is always going to be a tough one. We might lose that one because we normally split them. Rams versus Chiefs, depending on how Matt Stafford's going to hold up. Bengals should be a good one. Broncos, fuck Broncos. Texans, Seahawks. So, I mean, we end on a good note. The last 5, Broncos, Texans, Seahawks, Broncos, those should be cakewalks. Raiders, I'm not going to say shit because we don't know what's going to happen there. So, I mean, granted, do I think we're going to get the 1 seed? I'm praying for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we run through a small little 3 or 4 where we're losing, we win one, we lose one, we win one, we lose one, just because we have some tough games coming up. And so I'm not going to be surprised. I don't know if we're going to win the number 1 seed, but, we're going to make the playoffs. So I'm not really, and as long as we got and Patrick Mahomes we trust, that's all I care about. We'll make the playoffs as long as we got Patrick Mahomes. But do you want to talk about what happened with your man, Davante Adams?
So it's not a state charge. It's actually a city charge.
I know. Kansas City police charged him.
So I've watched the video multiple times. That was 100% a money grab.
The dude went to the fucking hospital with concussion-like symptoms.
The dude went to the hospital on his own.
I know.
He drove himself to the motherfucking hospital.
With concussion.
If you thought you had a motherfucking concussion, bitch, you don't get behind the wheel of a motherfucking car.
But Jeremy, wouldn't you do that?
If I had a concussion, I'm not getting behind the wheel.
If an NFL player pushed you, wouldn't you do that?
No, I'm not a little bitch.
I'd call him.
I don't have sand in my vagina.
I need 100,000, buddy. $100,000 apology.
Fuck.
Okay, so
I absolutely need the money, but I'm the motherfucker. If anybody should get charged, it's the fucking NFL. Because that area is supposed to be cleared.
Can't blame it. I don't blame the money grab. Like, I'm not blaming that at all. I'm going to be 100% honest, especially with my little ass that weighs 124 pounds, soaking, sopping wet. If Davante Adams pushed me, I'd fly like I've been hit by a Superman. And then I would have my neck, my back, my neck and my back. I want $150 million. But we can settle out of court for $200K. That's how I would be. I'm not even going to lie. But at the same time, the NFL does have to have some responsibility. We've talked about this multiple times in this day and age where everybody is in their emotions and everybody has to be politically fucking 20 years ago, that cameraman would have just got up and went back to work. So maybe if he broke his leg or something like that, the team would have sent him some stupid shit and they would have been fine. But in this day and age, you gotta be 100%. You got to be 100% careful. I mean, the NFL's got to know that these players are emotional, especially after what the fuck just happened. But his own player took him out.
How does he have a possible concussion when his head never hit nothing?
No, I don't even give a fuck about that. We know what this guy's doing. He did an Ezekiel. We know. We can get beyond that. Nobody gives a fuck about him. We would all do that. I'm telling you, I do it too. I'm not playing. That motherfucker just signed how much of a contract? You can give me 2%. You'll still have a lot.
I can't give you shit.
Exactly. 20 years ago, that is a complete non-issue. But in the day and age that we live in, the NFL,
we live in the day and age of little bitches,
need to protect their players better. You've got to corner that side off. You've got to, because you know that what the fuck is Devontae Adams supposed to do? The man just got tackled by his own player on possibly a game-winning touchdown that was going to be thrown by Derek Carr, and he was going to celebrate and jump up and down and do all this shit. And next thing you know, he's on the ground. He's looking up at the stars like Kamara Usman, like, what the fuck happened? And then he gets up, he walks out. This little fucking annoying ass cameraman gets in front of him. He's in the zone. He's walking. When you're mad walking, like, if you've ever been married and you've had an argument, you know what I'm talking about. That mad walk where you're so fucking mad, but you got to turn around and you just storm out the fucking house, and anything gets in your way, a trash can, a fucking kid's bike, that bitch goes launching. Fuck you, bitch. That is exactly what happened. But it's not like Devontae immediately apologized. He shouldn't have put hands on him, but it's emotions running through him, and he's already pissed. So, look, leagues, y'all got to do better.
And Adams didn't see him.
No, again, even then, like I just told you, I've seen shit like that. I'm not even bullshitting. I was in a wrestling tournament through a fucking chair. I'm not playing. Like, I've seen shit. We've all done shit like that. We've all been mad when we were dumb as a kid and punched the fucking wall because we're high on emotions. Especially on Monday Night Football. Like, that is huge. Y'all got to do
especially
a better job.
Especially at halftime when you had trash thrown at you and N-words thrown at you.
Of course, KC's racist. We know this. So, I mean, there's no, again, I'm not, fans are horrible. But this, I do not ever condone any racial slurs, any homophobic slurs, anything like that. Don't got to keep it PG. Fuck you. But don't get personal. Like, keep it field related. You suck. You're trash. Keep some shit. You could still come up with shit without trying to have to sing it. But at the same time, fans are short for fanatics. So, I've been to KC. Trust me. My wife saw it. A lady grabbed her purse and held it close when we walked next to her. I don't intimidate anybody. I'm 5'7" and a half, 122 pounds, soaking, sopping wet. Okay. I don't intimidate nobody whatsoever. So, problem that we have is, I think in this day and age with what we go through, we have to do a better job of protecting our players. Everybody wants the on-court and we want the up-close personal view, but we don't know how to handle ourselves. Let's keep it 100. Most fans don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why you see a fight at every single arena. And then the media glorifies it. Suns in 4, pa, pa, pa. So, I mean, so the issue that you have, everybody needs to do a better job. Teams, personnel, cameramen, y'all need to sit down and talk to these motherfuckers. There's no reason he should be running back and forth. I know he's trying to get Devontae Adams, but like Joe Rogan said after DC got knocked out, sometimes you just got to let shit go. That's so unsustainable. People from all around the section of all creeds say they never heard a word of racism. Look, I'm gonna be 100% honest, okay?
Well, I mean, of course, if you ask all the white people, then
I literally grew up in Kansas City. I grew up an hour and a half away from Kansas City. I go there every year. Me and my wife have completely seen it. I know everybody's going to say that. I've been in that stadium. I've literally heard bullshit ass shit yelled at players. So, of all creeds, maybe it's not racial, but I've heard them say some mean ass fucking shit. So I'm going to go, even though people are going to say, oh, that never had that. Of course, we're going to protect our own because it's the Raiders. So it's a rivalry. We hate them. But I'm going to go with a player because literally growing up in Missouri, and I just literally gave you, I can give you multiple stories from when we went back there when we stayed for a weekend. So where we saw it on a regular basis. So, I mean, never was it upfront and personal and anybody said any words like that to me, but it was very subtle and a lot of shit was happening. So I'm not saying everybody's racist, but growing up there, being there multiple times, yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Damn, you be yelling like you're a grown up, but you're a middle schooler. I am. Dude, I tell people all the time, I could walk into a middle school right now. Only problem is I'd have to get a really, really short hairline because my hairline's receding. So I'd have to get it so they would know right away. But outside of that, oh yeah. You guys see those videos where kids go back to high school and they dominate? I would go back to high school and get dominated. Okay, I'm a small high schooler. All right, let's be honest. Eric, play the video. I only saw it once. Play what video? Never mind. I got it. Good. The game. So Mike Lizer is somebody I went to high school with. So we went to Rancho High School. The games I've gone to, I've never heard of it. Off chance someone does, it's shock value. I'm sure. I think people aren't that idiotic to say, dude. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying
Look,
100% they
I'm
had it,
not putting a damn thing
but
past the white.
there are multiple people in every single stadium that you can literally find somebody saying it. You got to remember, it's alcohol, emotions, and alcohol. So I'm not saying everybody says it, but in this day, could a player go and say, "Yeah, he said that," and they can be 100% wrong? Yes, but we have multiple times with
Wait,
Russell
so
Westbrook in
wait, so
Utah. We
so
know in Boston they say it. I'm gonna give the players the benefit of the doubt in these situations.
so we believe that the college player, the volleyball player, when she said she was called the N word by some BYU fans,
Yeah,
but we have an NFL player who says it that it happened. Then security guard heard it, but nah, he makes too much money. We're not gonna believe him.
I'm not. This is my thing. Again, in the climate we live in, I'm gonna tend to side, and it's not something that Devonte Adams says all the time.
Oh, it was
So I mean,
Jermaine. It was
or
Jermaine
Jermaine,
Luminar.
not yeah, whatever, not Devonte Adams.
I struggle saying
What?
his last name.
Yeah, and they should. They definitely should. And I hope if their season ticket holders are proven to shank. So like, I'm not trying to say that KC is horrible because I've literally sat in KC multiple times and I've had a lot of fun. Of course, in the middle of a podcast, my store calls me. I've had a lot of fun. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. I gotta mute myself real quick. Hold on.
Oh boy.
You're supposed to be talking.
Look, Eric, do we need to go over this again?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
We need to go over this again.
Yep, new.
Entertain us. I'm not very good at that. That's why Eric is here. And I actually don't have access to the StreamYard.
All right, I'm back. Long story short, fucking, I have stores that are now open on Saturday. Yeah. So we switched a whole bunch of shit in my corporate office. We gave the ability to to what we call them as Z owners, franchisees. We, we had them going through a portal for underwriting, and we took that away. So we gave them abilities to actually do the loan, and they had to pass a test. And now they call me basically whenever they have trouble because this store has only been, this is like their first loan they've ever done without the portal. So yeah, and now I have Mississippi that calls me on a regular basis. So we'll figure out what happens with Casey, with the police charging Adams. I'm gonna have to edit that whole entire 15 minutes out. I'm definitely gonna edit some stuff out. Why does Thursday night football suck?
I don't know why, but it just fucking sucks.
I mean, there's got to be a reason, right? Like let's be 100%. There's got to be a fucking reason. So I mean, let's just go through the games and see if maybe it's just that we're overreacting, okay? Since week 1, because sometimes we're stuck in the moment, okay? So week 1 we had the Bills versus the Rams. 31-10. Too short of a week. I agree with them on that. I do not like Thursday night football. Yeah. So we've known for a while it's either going to be a blowout or a shitty game. But 31-10 was the Bills versus the Rams. That was not a good game at all, was it? And that makes no sense because you had all fucking offseason. But the Rams just weren't who we thought they were. So, okay, we could chalk that one up as beginning of the season. Do you see what I'm saying? The Chiefs and the Chargers was a pretty good fucking Thursday night football game. Would you agree? I thought it was fabulous. I was in the stadium, so I could be biased. But I remember it being a very good game. I mean, 27-24, the 99-yard interception. Rivalry game. But again, I could be biased because I was at the stadium. I wasn't watching it at home. So, of course, I'm going to think it's a good game because it's my team. What do you think of that game, Jeremy?
I don't know if I watched it.
Okay. Now we're going to get into then we got the Steelers versus the Browns. What do you think about Steelers versus the Browns?
Bro, you asking me these like I remember. Oh, fuck, where is it?
All right, I'm back. My bad. Jeremy, what do you think about the Eagles this year? Jeremy, what do you think about the Eagles this year?
What do I think about the Eagles? I mean,
Alyssa's stupid. Alyssa walked by me and put this in. Okay, so realistically, we've had some pretty shitty games. The Browns versus Steelers is not very good. The Dolphins versus the Bengals, everybody remembers what that was.
Because I want to know the answer. I had a debate with Dalton yesterday about it. Okay,
we'll talk about the answer in a second. The Colts versus the Broncos, we saw that shitty one. And the last game we just had. So I think a lot of it has to do with it being on a short week. I think that's a huge deal. Especially in this day and age with the climate that we are in, with the way that they practice and they don't practice. And I think that has a lot to do with it. If I'm correct, which I'm always wrong, I've been taking a lot of L's. So if I'm correct, my thing is Sunday you play, Monday you have your rest day, Tuesday you come back in, light practice, Wednesday probably light practice or harder practice, Thursday probably harder practice or light practice, I don't fucking know, but light, hard, maybe 2 lights, 1 hard. Friday you're not doing nothing but a walkthrough or you're flying to your city. Saturday you're doing your walkthrough, very light practice, and then Sunday you're playing. So if we're on Thursday, you play on Sunday, where's your rest? Where's your recovery? That's dinged up. And I know we'll never get rid of Thursday night games because of the fact that it's too much money, but that has probably been the problem since they instituted them, is that short rest week. And how do we fix that? I don't fucking know. Have everybody that plays on Thursday come off of bye. Let's do that. Every Thursday night game, like this week, who do we have up on buys? We have the Raiders. We have the Titans. Perfect. The Raiders shouldn't have played the Titans in week fucking 3. They should be playing them right now. That's the thing I'd say we fix them. Do you have any fixes to why the Thursday night football?
Just get rid of Thursday night football.
They'll never do it. It's too much fucking money. Amazon paid $1 billion, like $15 billion for it.
It's pissing a lot of people off. So yeah, while the first couple weeks probably made them a whole bunch of money, the next couple weeks going to lose them to fucking money. If they keep putting fucking Denver in fucking primetime games.
Well, it's not going to lose the NFL money because they already got the money from Amazon.
Amazon should start paying us to watch this fucking bullshit.
I agree. But that's why Thursday night football will never get taken out of because of fucking Amazon. Because how much money they're making. There's no way. They 15 billion. How much did Amazon pay for it? Amazon, I think it was 15 billion. Was it 15 billion? How much did Amazon pay for Thursday night football? 1 billion annually. How many years that set up 15% for the next 11 years? 11 fucking billion dollars. That's why they'll never get rid of Thursday night football. It's too much money. They're printing money. They don't give a fuck about player safety. Tua is fucking cleared. Let's stop with this bullshit. So, no, listen. This is the idea, okay? There's 15 Thursday night football games. There's 17 weeks of football. Let's fucking cut that shit down. Let's not start Thursday night football until week fucking 6, when the first round of after the first round of bye weeks. Only teams that play on Thursday night football is bye week teams. And then we go from there. I don't know how to fucking do it. I'm not a scheduling. I don't have analytics, but I think there's a way to fucking do it. You have a multi-billion-dollar organization that can figure this shit out. Otherwise, us as fans, you know what we got to do? We got to do something we'll never do ever. Do you know why? Because if the Chiefs are playing, I will watch them on Thursday night football. If the Raiders are playing, you will watch them on Thursday night football. But we need to do what I'm trying to do right now with Madden. Boycott they motherfucking ass. When the shit sucks, we need to get together and say, fuck you. We stand up. No more. I can't even really watch Thursday night football because my hotel, I guess, boycotted it because they didn't have Fox. Fucking what Republican ass town in Texas doesn't have fucking Fox? On DirecTV.
Especially in Texas.
Exactly. All right. Coaches on the hot seat. What do we got? We know Matt Rule got fired. Do you think that was fair?
Yes.
I don't.
How? He had 3 years.
I don't give a fuck. 3 years is what they were shit before he got there. Let's
They
look
were
at
still shit, and they were still shit when he got there.
Let's look at what they gave him.
Okay?
Okay?
And 3 years later, guess what?
Let's look at what they gave him.
3 years later, guess what?
They're still shit.
They're still shit.
Okay, but at some point in time, do we not have to put organizations on fucking notice? Like, let's look at what Matt Rule was given. He had a shitty ass team. Cam Newton left. Kyle Anderson left with fucking Rivera. Who the fuck was their quarterback the first year? Teddy Bridgewater. The organization said, let's bring in Teddy Bridgewater. Cool. Sounds good. I was all for that. Let's pay him $46 million. A year later, we want Sam Darnold. A year later, we want Baker Mayfield. Y'all motherfuckers just rotating shitty ass quarterbacks now. Now, does Matt Rule have something to say there? If those are all Matt Rule's decisions, yes. But if they're not, give the man some time. Who are you going to get that's better? Now, in certain situations, if they drafted a quarterback, I'd be like, okay, maybe you fucked up on the draft. But Christian McCaffrey has not been healthy at all. And we know that team is built around him. I can't say the same thing about like when fucking what's-his-face got fired with the Giants, because didn't he want Daniel Jones? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he deserved to be fired, but at the same time, in this situation, I'm like, dude, he had shit. You got shit when you were there. You gave him shit. You went through a losing list of quarterbacks, and you're going to be on another one next year. You didn't draft anybody. And now we're talking about should they have a fire sale?
Oh, they're going to have a fire sale.
So, I mean, yes, he's a shitty coach. Or was it the problem of expectations? Because remember, they signed him to a stupid-ass contract. So was the problem because he was this guru coming out of college? Remember Lincoln O'Reilly that decided not to go to the fucking NFL and went to USC? Maybe that would have been a better choice for him. But at the same time, guess what the Panthers still have to do? Pay him.
Yeah.
So who looks like the fucking idiot now?
The Panthers.
So now you got to pay 2 coaches. And you're still going to suck. You're the fucking Panthers. You started Cam Newton on his... Okay, you know what? Never mind. Let me rephrase this. Cam Newton got there on Thursday. He started on Sunday. Matt Rule should be fired. That's all I need. Yeah, that's it. And then started the next week. He should be fired. He should be completely fired. So what coaches do you think should be on the hot seat? Give me your list. Top 3 right now.
Nathaniel Hackett, Josh McDaniels, and I don't know.
So I got a Bleacher Report.
What's his face? Washington's coach.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
He's in the same position as Matt Rule. They started at the same time in the same job because they replaced each other. And his record
Ron Rivera also answered a question. Why are the other teams in the NFC East better than you? And he literally said the quarterback.
Is he lying?
No, he's not lying. But that's like the shit I've told you that's happened to me where even though it's true, that's the shit you don't say out loud.
Yeah, but he's pissed because he didn't
especially
even want,
on national TV.
He didn't even want Carson Wentz.
But
He's
then
literally
turns
said
around
that
the next week and gets mad because he's questioned about it.
because
and storms off the fucking podium for fucking answering any more questions.
Because the Washington Commanders came down and said, "Look, motherfucker, you need to chill your ass out, or we fire your ass like Matt Rule." And he goes, "Okay, yes, sir. That's what happened. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple names real quick because I was reading this. This is where I came up with it for coaches on the hot seat. Just by the way, for everybody to know, Jordan Poole just agreed to $140 million contract with the Warriors.
You gotta get punched in the eye again.
I'm so sick of people talking shit about that man, Draymond Green. Okay, so they have Dan Campbell, Nathaniel Hackett. This is Bleacher Report. Cliff Kingsbury, Frank Wright, Ron Rivera, and Mike Tomlin.
I don't know that I could put Mike Tomlin on that list.
I can't put Mike Tomlin. He's never had a losing season.
I mean, technically, an 8-8 season's a losing season.
No, it's a 500 season. A losing season means you're under 500.
It's losing. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck if it's 500. It's not 501.
No, it's not. But it's impossible to be 501.
It's never mind. But I don't know. I could put Tomlin on that list.
I can't.
And the fact that they left Josh McDaniels off that list tells me everything I need to know.
I think because he just got hired. But they put Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett just got hired.
So listen, I agree. I think, and this is a problem. I'm not going to say the names that you said because of the fact that you said them, but I agree with Nathaniel Hackett. I agree with Josh McDaniels. They were hired to elevate teams, and neither one has been elevated. That is the main purpose. And the Raiders went out and traded draft picks and got money and bring money in to help that offense. And that was what he's supposed to do. And the offense has not looked great all the time. It hasn't looked horrible, but it has not always looked great. So, and then Denver, we know Broncos country, let's ride. So we know what's going on. I'm definitely saying Cliff Kingsbury. I've been saying that since he fucking got hired. This motherfucker did not deserve the job. He got fired for Texas Tech. Took an OC job. You see what happens when he leaves? I continue talking. Took an OC job with USC and somehow gets hired as the head coach of the Cardinals. So I never thought he should get the job. I think their offense is horrid. I think the Cardinals as an organization has done so much to bring in talent. Zach Ertz, J.J. Watt. Granted, they let go of Chandler Jones. DeAndre Hopkins. They had to let go of Christian Kirk. But, I mean, they bring in so much stuff to try to help them, and they're just horrible. I just don't think the mesh, I don't like the way it works. I know he wanted to work with it. I don't think the offense works. From what I understand, they are literally the worst team ever in the first quarter, or one of the worst teams in the first quarter, so they take forever. Or it could be Kyler Murray. I don't know, but I definitely think he should be up there. They've had one good season, really, where they started off extremely huge, collapsed at the end. What was it, 10-2, did a Pittsburgh Steelers when they backed out. And then you have, what is it? And then you start off fucking horrible this year. So, yeah, no, your job was to elevate. Maybe this is the time that Kyler Murray got as far as he could go with them. And Cliff Kingsbury, you need to get the fuck out of here, bitch. You couldn't win with Patrick Mahomes. Get the fuck out of here. I agree with Dan Campbell because I've been telling everybody for the longest fucking time, everybody likes Dan Campbell, but he's not. We like him because he has great quotes. Great quotes. And they say the teams play hard for him. But they suck. They got blown out 29-0 by Bailey Zappi. Now, could Zappi be the next coming of Tom Brady? I don't fucking know. Maybe. But as a coach, I think he should be on the hot seat. Do I think he should get fired? I don't know. We'll see what happens at the end of this year. But you can't lose 29-0 to Bailey Zappi. You can't be talking about biting ankles and all of this other shit, and y'all keep losing every fucking close game. So, and last year we said it. I didn't say it. Everybody else said it. Close games. That means they're going to win this year. No, y'all still fucking suck. So I'm not in Hard Knocks. Everybody fell in love with him. So I'm not sold on that. I think he should be on the hot seat. And then my last one, this is weird because I would have originally thought it was somebody else. Oh, damn, babe, that smells good. That smells so good. You just walked in and I smelled the whiff of the weed and it was smelling good. I kind of like Frank Wright, but I'm going to go a little different. I don't want to go with Ron Rivera. See, that's the problem because there's so many new coaches. But okay. Hear me out. Should Matt LaFleur be on the hot seat?
I don't know.
Let's just think, okay? Let's just think. Now, granted, I just pulled this out of my ass. I need to start telling people when I do that because I say a lot of random ass shit out of my ass, and I create a narrative, and a lot of people believe that I have strong opinions on that when a lot of times I don't. So I pulled this out of my ass. So Packers, what was it? 2 NFC championships, right? 2 straight NFC championships.
I think so, yeah.
They got and then they lost to the Niners last year. So they went to 2 NFC championships. Everybody talked about Matt LaFleur taking the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands at the end of that game against the Bucks when Tom Brady only needed to gain a fucking first down. Then we saw the collapse against then they lost to the Niners, and they lost the Niners the year before. They lost the Niners, 2 MVP seasons. He takes the ball out of his hands, loses to them. Then they lose to the Niners again next year. They lose Devontae Adams, and they haven't looked good at all. How do you fucking lose to the Giants? Do you realize that motherfuckers are picking the Jets to beat the Packers in Lambeau Field? Like, I'm not playing. There are literally analysts. I was watching Get Up Friday morning before I went to work, before I left for work. And I watched it, and the analyst, it was Jets over the Packers in Lambeau. What fucking world are we in? Where the Giants and the Jets are going to beat the Packers back to back? I don't fucking know. So, in my opinion, if they have a shitty ass fucking year, let's be honest. Let's remember what he was hired for. The same reason why Josh McDaniels was hired. The same reason why Nathaniel Hackett was hired. The same reason why can't think of any other great coaches right now that have been hired in these situations to lead better teams. Kevin Stefanski, he was hired to get more out of the Browns. So you guys know what I'm talking about. When the teams are hired to elevate them, and that's what he was hired to do because they had Mike McCarthy. And they got rid of Mike McCarthy and bring in Matt LaFleur, and they haven't won shit. Yes, Aaron Rodgers has 2 MVPs. Yes, Aaron Rodgers has been to the NFC Championship twice. Yes, he has lost to the Niners twice, the Niners once, the Buccaneers, and the Niners again in the last 3 years in the playoffs. But they have not looked good at all this year. And we can say it's Devontae Adams, but you have fucking... Wasn't that what we were saying with Mike McCarthy? You have fucking Aaron Rodgers. How the fuck are you not getting further? You lost to Jimmy G. Twice. And Jimmy G got bridged for Trey Lance immediately after that game. The next year. 2 games later, he started the season on the bench. So I'm just saying in this situation, I think Matt LaFleur should be on the hot seat. I know he's not, but he should be. That's just my opinion. I think he should be. Okay, we've been going on forever because I was on the fucking thing. I haven't even picked up the games this week, so I haven't wrote them down. I don't even know what we went last week. I have no fucking clue.
I shit the bed last week.
So I guess we're going to do this real quick on air while we're...
if I shit the bed, I think you shit the bed too.
Because we picked a lot of fucking games. NFL Week 5. All right, and we both picked the Bears to last night on Thursday. Okay, so let's just go for this. We had both picked the Colts. We both picked the Packers. Oh, shit. Oh, this already looks bad. Jeremy. I just got a glimpse of what we did. Okay, so...
I went 6-10.
Okay, so we both picked the Lions. Okay. I picked the Chargers. You picked the Browns. Who won that one? The Chargers, right? Yeah. All right. We both picked the Jaguars. The Texans won. Fuck these teams. We both picked the Buccaneers. Nope. I picked the Buccaneers. You picked the Falcons. Yeah. Okay, so I'm 3-3. Oh my God. I picked the Bills. You picked the Steelers. Oh yeah, you did fucking shitty. We both picked the Dolphins. I picked the Vikings. You picked the Bears. Who won? Vikings. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Vikings won.
We both picked the Saints. They lost, right?
No, I picked the Titans.
Oh yeah. Titans, Commanders. You picked the Titans. We both picked the Titans. Okay, we both picked the Titans. Okay, we both picked the Saints. They won. Dude, I did fucking good. We both picked the Niners. They won. We both picked the Eagles. They won. I picked the Cowboys. You picked the Rams. We both picked the Ravens. I picked the Chiefs. You picked the Raiders. So you went 6-10, right?
Yeah, you went what? 11-5.
I went 12-4. I got the only ones I got wrong were the Packers, the Patriots, the Texans, Buccaneers, and the Jets. Every afternoon. Yeah, I went 12-4. Every afternoon game, I got right. I picked the Vikings, the Titans, the Saints, the Niners, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. So if I'm 12-4, fucking one. I'm at 46, 31, and 1. And what were you at? 37, 36, and 25, right?
You can't be 46 and 31.
I was at 34 and 27.
We have 71. We have 81 games.
I was at 34 and 27 and 1.
You couldn't have been.
That's what it had down last week. Hold on. What do you have you at?
45, 35, and 1.
What'd you have you at last year?
Last week?
Last week.
36, 25, and 1.
Okay. That's what I had you at last week too.
Yeah. Oh no, never mind.
Yes, exactly. So we're even, yeah.
I miscounted.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? You were 2 games ahead of me last week.
Somewhere I added 3 games.
Okay. So, and then you are at, what were you at? You're at 40, 35, and 1, right?
42, 35, and 1.
35 and 1. 42, 35 and 1. Okay. All right. So I now have a 4-game lead over you, buddy. How do you feel?
I mean, you had a 4-game lead over me since week 1.
No, you were leading me last week. You had a 2-game lead. I was 34 and 27 and 1. You were 36, 25 and 1.
So after week 1, you had a 2-game lead.
Yep. I'm just asking, we both picked we both picked the Bears and we lost.
You still had a 2-game lead after week 2.
Yep.
I don't know what you went last week.
So week 1, after week 1, I had a 2-game lead. After week 2, I had a 1-game lead. I was 17, 13, and 1. You were 16, 14, and 1. I don't have, week 3 is right here. No, I don't know where fucking 3 is at. I don't know where fucking went. Oh, it's right here. After week 3, I had a 1-game lead. Yeah, and then you had a 2-game lead. So I had a 2-game lead to start the season. At week 3, week 2 I had a 1-game lead. Week 3, I had a 1-game lead. Then after week 4, you had a 2-game lead. And now after week 5, I'm at a 4-game lead. Okay, so we both picked the Bears. We lost that one. This is not starting off good. You got the Ravens or the Giants?
The Ravens.
I'm going Ravens too. I don't see the Giants upsetting a team again. I know they may not be favorites. I don't know how the favorites are going to work, but to me that would be an upset. You got the Jaguars or the Colts?
Jaguars.
I'm going to go Colts. Don't know why, but I'm going to go Colts. Patriots or Browns?
Patriots.
Speaking of Browns, did you see the news?
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson has another sexual assault case.
And that attorney says there's going to be more.
Yep. So, Bengals versus Saints.
So who are you taking? Patriots versus Browns?
Patriots. Taking the Patriots. Bengals, as long as Zappy's starting, I'm taking the Patriots. Bengals versus Saints.
Bengals.
Me too. Taking them straight up. Bucks versus the Steelers. The Buccaneers are going to beat the shit out of the Steelers.
I wrote down the Bucks, but Julio Jones ain't going to be active.
I don't care. It's Tom Brady against a rookie. Go ahead and look up those stats.
I'll go with the Bucks.
Bill Belichick literally against a rookie at one point in time coming into what was it? Gillette Stadium. It was like 25-2, and all of those were with Tom Brady. Browns are going to win. Oh my goodness. What's up, Scoots? What's up, buddy? How you doing? So you said you're going with the Bucks?
Yeah.
Okay, me too. 49ers, Falcons.
49ers.
Packers, Jets.
Packers.
Same. I can't pick the Jets. I cannot pick.
Not at Lambeau.
I can't pick Zach Wilson against Vikings, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Vikings. Panthers, Rams.
Rams.
Okay, I'm a little torn on this one because they both fucking suck. They both suck. That is my problem. So you know what? I'm gonna go Rams because the Panthers haven't scored more than 16 games in the last 2 weeks. All right, so Cardinals, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'm gonna go Seahawks too, just because it's in Seattle. Okay, Bills, Chiefs, easily. I'm going Chiefs.
Bills.
We're an underdog at home.
Well, Bills. They have a pretty clean injury list this week.
Yeah, trust me, I'm scared of shit. Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow. Watching it with what's his face? Jeff. Then do you want? We might be going to a haunted house later on tonight if you want to go with a whole bunch of her girls from work. Or we might be going to watch the Eagles Cowboys game with her brother. Cowboys Eagles. Who are you going for?
Cowboys.
Same. And it's nothing against Jalen Hurts. It's this Cowboys defense. Crazy stat. Cowboys defense has not allowed multiple touchdowns in a game this season.
I think that changes this week, but I still think Cowboys.
I know, but when their defense is playing that fucking good, I can't go against them.
Yeah. And we got the undefeated Cooper Rush behind center.
And we got the undefeated Jalen Hurts. Cooper Rush is so undefeated, Dak Prescott may never get his job back if you talk about Jerry Jones. Shit. So Broncos, Chargers. Bronco country, let's ride.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers, but can I predict it's gonna be a tie?
Okay, so I'm telling you right now.
I think we're gonna have 8 field goals in this game.
I'm picking the Broncos, and this is the reason why. The Chargers only have 2 losses. I need them to lose again. Because I'm not saying that we will lose, but this is a tough fucking game. I need another loss from the Chargers. Bronco country, I need you to ride. I need you to ride on these.
Yeah, they're riding in a fucking hoopty with no wheels on it.
Jets, Jets. Don't get me wrong. I would not be surprised at all if the Jets beat the Packers. But I can't.
You realize we only picked 4 games different.
Yeah, so one of us is gonna have. I see that because we have the Ravens. So we picked the Colts, Jaguars. We picked the Vikings, Dolphins, the Bills, Chiefs, and the Broncos, Chargers. Yeah. Hey, how do you feel this week, knowing you don't have to stress? What's it gonna feel like?
Hey, at least we can't lose.
That is true.
Well, no. Let me take that back. No, we can still lose this week.
Somebody can get fired on their day off.
Well, somebody get fired on a day off. Somebody can get arrested on their day off. Somebody.
So last topic before we get off, just real quick, couple things I want to ask you because I know you've probably read the report and probably heard the rebuttal by Dan Snyder. But what is your thoughts on Dan Snyder saying that he has dirt on the NFL?
It's not a fucking surprise.
No, it's not. But how do you feel? Because we all
look. I guarantee you, the dirt Dan Snyder has, 80% of what he has, every fucking owner has against the NFL. That's the good old boy circle.
But do you think Dan Snyder would be willing to tell
I think
about
Dan Snyder purposely went out and got a PI and had him investigate certain people in ownership and the league so that when this comes up, he has blackmail content.
That's what I'm saying. But do you think he will? Because he's going to sell the team, right?
He should.
But do you think he's going to try to do you see where I'm going with this? You
He's
know,
absolutely going to fight it.
I need to get a fucking tinfoil hat.
There's going to be some more emails leaked and
that you see where I'm going. Okay, we're on the same page. But do you feel a little vindicated once those emails come out and find out it wasn't just John Gruden in that shit?
No, I mean, look, Gruden deserved everything he's getting.
Okay.
Everything he got. I mean, it is what it is. Shit you said you shouldn't have said and fucking whatever.
Yep, nope. I'm just making sure because you know some people are. I mean,
but look, I do love the fact that a Nevada judge told the NFL, fuck you, you can't force Gruden into arbitration. Put everything out in the fucking open and let's see everything.
And they're settling it out of court. So that bitch in a heartbeat. So my thoughts were just as soon as I thought that, I was like, oh, I know Jeremy's gonna have some because you know his leaks are coming. I mean, Draymond Green's punch got leaked. You know leaks are coming.
Oh yeah.
So just so everybody knows, today we are going to have a call around 3 p.m. We're having that with Midnight Sports Today. Because next week we're going to film our first episode of our first show. Not sure what the fucking show's titled. Don't know what we're actually fucking doing. We know we're meeting up at Jeremy's house and we're filming a fucking show. It most likely is going to be a player debate. It's going to be most likely a debate show where it's going to be players debating, teams debating across all sports. So that way we can kind of keep up with topics, but there will be debate parts of it and there will be no gloves. There will be no punches pulled. We'll be sitting there drinking, smoking. Well, we won't be smoking. He won't be smoking, but smoking. Maybe a stogie. Maybe we'll set this up like the fucking barbershop or some shit and get some fake ass cigars and just chew on them like Andrew Tate with sunglasses on in the house. Maybe we should do that and become alpha males on that show. So and be out of the matrix. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's also where we're going to start our giveaways. But yeah, next week we're going to be doing it. And it'll be up on our channel and his channel. We'll let y'all know what happens. It's not going to be a live show. So also chat hosting this Sunday. Make sure you download the Raven Sports app. Be chat hosting. Bills versus the Chiefs is going to be
your chat hosting.
I'm chat hosting.
A week off.
He's talking shit. Bills versus Chiefs. You know he'll be in the chat talking shit because that's what we do. So it'll be the Bills versus the Chiefs.
Hey, you want to bet lunch again?
I'm not betting shit on this fucking game, okay? I'm not betting shit, okay? Okay?
You want to bet lunch again?
This is a meaningful game. That was not a meaningful game to me. Granted, it's a rivalry game. But if we lose, I chalk it up as it's a fucking rivalry game. Do you see what I'm saying? So if we would have lost, I would have been highly disappointed and pissed.
Just because it's a rivalry game doesn't mean it's not a meaningful game.
No, it is a meaningful game. But like I don't want to lose. I've lost to you before. So it doesn't bother me as bad. I've lost. I don't want to lose sitting next to fucking Jeff. Okay? I don't want to hear that shit. Okay? I don't want to hear his fucking mouth. I do not want to lose sitting next to him. Do you remember the AFC game? Do you remember that fucking game?
Yeah.
When we were at Buffalo Wild Wings with him? We might fucking get kicked out. I'm just like, we might get kicked out. So this is meaningful for my mental health because I don't want his mouth running. Outside of that, make sure you check us out and then always follow us on Twitter. Links are below. I ain't got nothing else to say. Whenever you're ready, you can take us out.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, put me in, coach.
Peace.